Hello everyone, and welcome to Amber's Artistry Shop. Today's video is going to be how I put on my very basic artistry concealer and foundation. First, before anything, I always make sure that I wash my face. To go through those steps, please see my other video about skincare. Now, as my primer and moisturizer at the same time, I use the Artistry Skin Refinishing Lotion. This actually serves as a primer as well as a moisturizer. So, once that is on, I get my Artistry concealer. This is light for me. As you can see, I actually have very dark circles under my eyes, and although this is something you can never 100% cover up, you can at least try to brighten the eye. So, first, I'm going to take one of my brushes. This is actually a defining eye brush by e.l.f. You can use other brushes that are more flat. They do have concealer brushes that you can use. So I'm going to put, now a little bit goes a long way. I suggest that you start small and add on if you need it, but if you put too much, you don't want it to kick or anything, but you don't want to pull either. I usually start off with patting motions. And I make funny faces. Ideally, I try not to use my fingers, but if you do have to use your fingers, you always want to use this one because it is actually the lightest touching finger, because pulling at your eye is not good. It's what causes the crow's feet and the wrinkles that you have. I'm just pressing very, very lightly. Actually, I'm just going to skimp on the brush. This is much faster. I did just wash my hands. It's very important. You don't want to be putting dirt on your face and clogging your pores with it. Now I'm sure you can already tell, just in the little bit I put on, the difference. And I add on just a little bit. I'm patting it. So there. And I always go just a little bit below where my dark circles are, just so it kind of, it blends in with that. A little bit. Very lightly. Adding on. One thing that I actually really love about the Artistry concealer is I've actually tried quite a bit. I've tried Bobbi Brown, I've tried the Bare Minerals, and I found that the Bobbi Brown was a bit too creamy, I guess, to describe it, and I have a problem with it creasing underneath my eye, even with the setting powder that it would come with. And you know, it's a very expensive concealer, and the Bare Minerals one was too thick, so that didn't work for me because it also creased. This actually works for me, and because I have such dark eyes in general, I actually put the concealer over my entire eye. Most people just do it under the under the dark circle. But with this being said, because I do my whole eye, I don't have to use an eye primer. If you don't do the whole eyelid, then you'd probably need an eye primer. Eye primers help you put on your eyeshadow and it stays on longer, and it also helps it become a lot brighter. But as you can see already just from the concealer, my dark circles, although I've not completely, see if I do this, but that's just shadowing from the light, you can see that it's actually pretty much dissipated. So my next step is going to be, I like to wear the Artistry Mineral Foundation. And again, my color is light. I'm very fair-skinned, as you can see. So we do that, and the brush that I am going to use, I really like the Real Technique brushes. They come in packs. You can buy them at Ulta, Target, I believe Sephora. We don't have any Sephoras around here. It's been a while since I've been in one. You can check it out or online. I got a really great deal from the Black Friday sale, so I got myself a whole set. I'm excited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start actually buffing this on my face in circular motions. Now if you're using liquid foundation, I'll show you real quick. I use the Real Technique stippling brush, and the same concept. I usually just dab where I need to put the foundation in circular motions. You never want to use your fingers, and you never want to go upwards, because that packs in bacteria and pushes the foundation into your pores, which isn't good because that captures bacteria and dirt and can cause you to break out. So I just tap this in here lightly. Don't want too much. Like I said, a little bit, add on. Lightly over the eyes, because you want to set it in. And what I like about the Artistry mineral is, unlike other minerals, I've tried the Revlon minerals, I've tried the basic over-the-counter ones, I've tried Bare Minerals, which, you know, I'm not lying because, see, I have it right here. And I never liked the way that it felt on my skin. A lot of people say it's so light and everything like that, but I always felt like it was making my skin dry and just gross, and I hated it. It drove me nuts. So I needed to find something that had some coverage to it. Now, I really don't need a lot of foundation on my skin. Fortunately, I do have good skin, and I take very good care of it. With that being said, I don't actually have to put on a lot. Excuse me. Now once you kind of get it how you want it on your face and everything, coverage where you want it, depending on how your eye shape is, sometimes you can go in with a brush like this. This is called a setting brush. Go in, just take a little bit, go in here, and basically set what you have. And this also helps set the concealer that you have on. You can use translucent powders to do this as well. So, as you can see, my skin is now evened out, at least I hope you can see, and the dark circles and then my dark eyes have actually kind of vanished. So stay tuned for my next video on how I do my eyeshadow.